Ooh. Hey guys, we're here. We get rid of them tomorrow. Yes. No, we've been having fun, but they are moving on their way, making it back to South Dakota. Guys, they've had a ton of issues. And we'll talk about that in a little while. Hopefully all of you are on here. We don't see any. Mims' Garden's already posted stuff. 4 people on, 5 thumbs up. We appreciate that. If anybody else can make a comment, let us so we can be good to go. Let's see. Okay, we got literally ladybugs everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This house has been overrun by ladybugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been spraying pyrethrin all over the place. It's been crazy. So, what's going on? Everybody, if you can comment, let me know. Can you see me on there? Oh, there's Bear Acres. Hello, how are you? Yeah, see, and here us. Oh, here. Wrong one. Sorry. It's another here. Hello, Chris and all. Lisa Hopkins. Carly, what's going on?
Okay.
Carl Jr. La Pete Mansion. How are you? Cecilia, hi. Give us a thumbs up if you guys can actually hear us, because I don't think you guys can hear us. I don't think you're seeing us. If so, give us a thumbs up. We got 10 people on, 7 thumbs up. So we appreciate you. The reason I'm thinking that you can't is because I can actually see. Lisa Hopkins says she can. I'm just getting people icon where your icons usually are. And I know several of you that are on here have actual icons, and all I'm getting is little orange and green and purple people. So we've got 1 thumbs up. How about you, Ivan? Can you see everything on your?
Not yet.
Ivan, our stuff is slow here anyway, so it's gonna be good. Bonnie, hi all. Have ladybugs like crazy in my house too right now. Sound and video is good. Okay, good to go. Bear Acres has got us going. Okay, we just wanted to make sure, guys. We got 9 people on, 10 people on, 11 thumbs up. So cool. We're ahead of the game.
Yes.
Somebody must have come on and popped in. Maybe Mims or somebody that posted stuff for us earlier. Hi, Ivan and family.
Hi.
Hey.
Miss Juliana sitting over here. She's been hard at work. All right, good, Mom. Good. Mom's on here, so that's good. Lisa Hopkins, you're gone now. I'm gone now. Uh-oh. Wonder what happened. I'm still showing that I'm good. Good evening. Hey, Sarah Adams. How are you? It says that we're gone now. Somebody did. All right. Okay. Back to Rootstead. What's going on? Hi, Pete's Little Homestead. How are you doing, brother? Good to see you on here. Okay. Good. So tonight, guys, we got 17 people on here. We're not going to go very, very long. These guys have to get out of town tomorrow, and we have about 10 things we need to do or want to do before they leave. We've got a rifle to go sight in for one of those things that we want to do before he gets out of here, so he has that squared away. My nose is itching off. We've all got a little colds, just sinuses or something. It's been getting us all a little cough, but nothing bad. Hey, Mims, how are you doing, sis? Mama Z, how are you doing? Trying to make sure I catch everybody. So we're only going to go for about 30, 35 minutes tonight. So we're going to hit it going. We are going to talk about the purpose and kind of why we homestead and why we're called to homesteading. That was kind of our request. Hoping I'm getting that right. Our place in the world. I'm going to kind of go toward the homesteading side of the question and the suggestion for this. And we're going to read Psalms 101 tonight. Chapter 101 is our chapter. JC Oregon Homestead, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Amy Wall, how are you? Georgiana Malone, trying to keep up with everybody. Doing good, just crappy internet, buffering a lot. So I am getting disconnected. It's on my end. Okay, gotcha. Um, so we have really, honestly, guys, we have done nothing. They've been here for a month, and we really have done hardly anything. We worked in solar a little bit. Ivan and them have done a few things. Ivan's built some battery banks and stuff, but overall, we've not done anything. Now that we've got some of you on here, their van completely broke down, and they ended up having to actually scrap their vehicle and go buy a new vehicle.
It's just cheaper and quicker and less headache to go that route.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, yeah, for us, it was just that easy. Less brains.
My brains are coming out right now.
I know. Anyways, for me, I did the
12 more times.
Anyways,
I'm trying.
Yeah, it was just easier. I looked at it and I knew that it's gonna take another week at least to do the work myself, and I'm like, no thanks. So for those who wants to know what happened, is the reflector wheel. And tell you.
Mom just wanted to tell you guys goodbye and be safe on your trip.
Caroline. Caroline. Yeah. Anyways, so what happened is the wheel that goes through the sensor for the RPMs on a camshaft, it got bent, knocked the sensor off. It got itself bent onto the
Ivan's like me, he talks too loud.
Yeah, I know. So and then that thing got bent on, and it made my timing belt skip. Essentially, what that caused is to make the piston meet the valve and bent the valves.
So it doesn't start.
So it doesn't start anymore.
Yeah.
It wants to, but it won't. So did it? Yeah, we have a guy here nearby, Mike, who opened up the head and he did pressure test. This 3 front cylinders, and one of them is leaking. And he's like, "That's the only reason it would be, because I have no issues with oil. I didn't lose oil. I didn't lose coolant. I didn't lose any liquids. It's just on an upstroke, it should not be letting any air out, but it does into the intake."
Good night, Georgiana Malone. I'm not sick, guys. I sneeze like that every night. I do it every night of my life. I sneeze about 20 times and then go to bed. I get tired. It just happens.
So for me, knowing me myself, how I am, it took me 3 days to replace timing belt in a shop with tools. Now, doing the overhead work on my engine is going to take a few weeks at least. A week if I'm really pushing myself. So I'm like, no, I would rather scrap it and get another vehicle.
Yeah, and the financial side of it, for what they have invested into the vehicle, it made more sense to go on.
Too much,
Black Pack Homestead, Chris and Marla Ogden. Hey, howdy. Ogden. Okay. But so they made the wise choice, I think, underneath the circumstances. And we found them a nice little 4-wheel drive SUV that they picked up fairly cheap.
Mitsubishi
Montero's
4x4 Sport. So and I already tried the 4x4 high and low on the off-road. So
it works perfectly.
they just got to get themselves back to South Dakota. So if any of you guys now they're pretty well speeding through, but if any of you guys have a place that they can park over from here, I don't know what their route is. They'll post that on their side, and they might give you some ideas. But if you want to host them just for the night, just so they have a place to shower and go through, I would highly recommend it. They're a fun couple to have around, or they wouldn't have been here for a month. It's time for them to go. That's not being mean. It's just time for them to go. They got to get their journey on. They have to get to South Dakota. I think they kind of fulfilled some of the things they want. They're not huge fans of the East Coast or the West Coast. They want to be in that middle America area. And we had a good conversation about that today. They still don't know exactly where they're going to be, but they still are going to come back through, I think, and hit Missouri, Arkansas, and all those Midwest type states, but they want to get to home, where home base is now, so that they can vote, especially with all this craziness going on. And what that leads us into is, let's read our scripture real quick. We'll read our scripture, and then we'll get into our conversation tonight about kind of why we homestead and how we're led to homesteading, and what that means. I think as us as a group and a culture. So let's love the Midwest. Yep. So
that's a good part of USA.
Yep.
Pretty beautiful.
So we're gonna read Psalms 101, and it starts off, of David, a psalm. I will sing of your love and justice to you, Lord. I will sing praise. I will be careful to lead a blameless life. When will you come to me? I will conduct the affairs of my house. I will with a blameless heart. I will not look with approval on anything that is vile. I hate what faithless people do. I will have no part in it. The perverse of heart shall be far from me. I will have nothing to do with what is evil. Whoever slanders their neighbor in secret, I will put to silence. However, whoever has haughty eyes and a proud heart, I will not tolerate. My eyes will be on the faithful in the land, that they may dwell with me. The one whose walk is blameless will minister to me. No one who practices deceit will dwell in my house. No one who speaks falsely will stand in my presence. Every morning I will put to silence all the wicked in the land. I will cut off every evildoer from the city of the Lord. So, guys, the reason I chose that tonight, and I chose that one tonight because I was asked to look through and find out what I need to do. And actually, I was going through and reading, and I was looking through and actually was planning on reading a different passage from Psalms, a different chapter, and ran across that, because I think what that basically is telling us is you have to stop it at your own door. You have to stop the wicked. You have to stop the evildoers. You have to stop those things that are there that are not there. And that's not what the man standing in front of your pulpit in church is telling you as an evildoer. That's what the Lord is telling you as an evildoer. That's when you're looking at everything and you're going through that stuff. That's what's picking you up, and you're being told. You have to stop wicked things from coming into your home, into yours. If you can do that, then you lead by example, and it will shred it and share it throughout to other people. Okay. So with that being said, I want to get into the purpose and why I've been led into homesteading, why I feel other people have been led into homesteading, and things of that nature. So I've seen a couple of new names come on. Hey, well, their Busy Little House isn't a new name, but hello and amen to you as well, Karen. Heidi, how are you? Let's see if there's anybody else I missed. I don't think so. So let's talk about that. The subject that was there is not really homesteading related with the way that it was put to me in a private message, but the feeling of being led to be at home, to be there, to be teaching your children, to doing where you need to do, and then COVID came in. I'm going to share something that ELYN said to me a few days back, and I'm just going to share this with you because it's a 7-year-old that said this, and I don't think I mentioned it last week, but I might have, because it was around last week, and I've been kind of processing it myself. And I want you to take this and listen to what I'm getting ready to say, because I think it has to do with leading us where we need to be and how we need to be there. So I'm going to say this, and I want you to take it from the mouth of a child to the ears of what is supposed to be the wise. So ELYN says to me on the drive, we're driving down to my mom's house, and she says to me, she says, Daddy, she says, I think that the coronavirus is Jesus's fire. I said, well, what do you mean, ELYN? And she says, well, in the Bible, it says when he comes back that he's not going to flood us anymore, but he's going to bring fire. And I said, okay. She said, I think the coronavirus is kind of Jesus's fire. And she said, I think the people that get sick and get better are the ones that are getting the sickness and getting better need to learn a lesson, and that the ones that aren't are the ones that Jesus is deciding to take on or that can't continue on. Now, do I 100% agree with that? No, I don't. But that's a 7-year-old's mind and outlook on something that's going on today. From her, like, could she be correct? Absolutely. God's plan for us is definitely in the works, and it's been in the works since the day you were born, and it'll be in the works the day after you die. Because we're going to go sit beside him and have an eternal life in heaven as well. But for a 7-year-old to say that and know where we're at, I don't try to talk around stuff. We talk openly about things. But for her to be able to look, and in her mind, we've had more conversations. In her mind, she thinks that some people that are around her that she knows and she loves that have gotten coronavirus and that has been sick is it's a way to wake them up, because maybe they're not doing the right thing, that maybe they're listening to a man instead of listening to God. And that, guys, these are not my words. These are my daughter's words, the 7-year-old's words. So when I'm saying this, understand that. Now, obviously, I've got an influence upon my daughter, but I don't try to badmouth people in front of her. I don't try to do those wicked things that we talked about from Psalms 101. I try to keep it from our door. But I want her to know that there's people out there that are doing that. So when we talk about how we end up to a place where we're at, which is the subject we're going to talk about tonight. Yeah, kids do speak purely, Bonnie. It's looking more and more like a moneyless system. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Sometimes getting sick can actually make you stronger. Well, that's the key, and I think that's where she was going with it, Karen, was that it's supposed to wake you up, maybe make you a stronger Christian at the end of the day too, a person, a man and a woman of God. So I don't know. We'll see. But as far as talking about where we're being led to where we're supposed to be in a purpose in life, and a purpose in homesteading, gardening, being at home and homeschooling your kids, I think that's the number one step for getting into what we're doing, what all of us want to do with homesteading and be at home. It's a natural progression. And I think it does start there. That might not be where you start, but that drive and that want to have your own place, to be able to be your own boss, to be able to raise your own children instead of having a school system do it. When we go through there and we start looking at that, the purpose of that sometimes is not only for your mental stability, but your physical and spiritual stability too. Hey, Freaky Geek, how are you? So the Bible says when something is purged in the fire, it comes forth shining like gold. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. And maybe, and here's the thing. I know Mims's garden. I know Terry, and I know they both love Jesus Christ. But with ELYN's mindset, maybe it was a means of which to take Mims and Terry, and I'm not saying this, and open them up further to the Word of God, to strengthen their relationship with Jesus himself, and solidify their place in his army, in God's army, and to harden them in that way. Because I know they're not bad people, and I know that they love Jesus Christ. So it's there, but it's like they said, for the purity from a child's mouth. They try to speak. Children aren't racist. Children don't look at black and white or anything of that nature. Some of us need a rousing. Yeah, some of us do need a rousing. So that's where we're at. But when we're trying to get back to the subject here, when we're talking about being led and being put into the place where we need to be, and how that works into homesteading or gardening or farming or this community as a whole, I really think where it comes into play is that we are led by our heart, and then we have to figure out how we get there. Um, you're never late, Francine. You're good to go. Um, we have to be led by our heart, and then our mind will kind of go there. It's kind of like you got to be hungry before you eat. Some people, if you can keep yourself always hungry, if you can always keep that little bit of hunger in there, you can stay and be healthier. What do we got? What are you laughing at? What was it? Oh, it was about you guys. Okay. So,
where Ivan and Liana from.
where Ivan and Liana from? Oh, oh. Yeah. So they're being background right now for us. I'm gonna get them to do a doo-wop in a minute. We'll be singing a song or something. But
and then some.
we're gonna have them come in here and talk. One of the things I want to talk about tonight that's kind of in point of being led to where you need to be is finding that place where you can be. And that might sound a little cryptic and a little, philosophical or whatever, but it's not. When you're being led to be someplace, to do something a certain manner, you have to put checks and balances in place, and you have to do them then. You can't say, oh, I'll do it when I get this done, or I'll do it when I get this done. You have to make a conscious decision. You have to do it, and you have to say, I'm done, I'm going, I'm gone. Finished. Everything's over at that point in time, okay? I better put my glasses back on because I can't read the chat. So with that, well, I can't read the chat from there with the glasses on. I'm kind of right in the middle. I got to come back up here. So we were talking yesterday. I've been telling these guys since they got here that I'm always on Craigslist and looking, and I'm going through stuff and everything. Mm-hmm. And out of the blue pops up a piece of property in the Appalachian Mountains, but in Virginia, and it was 50 by 150 something lot. Yeah, it's just a lot in the middle of the woods for $750.
And they're willing to trade.
Yeah, I think we're wanting silver, gold, lawnmower, whatever. So if one of you guys don't go and run and buy it, whenever we close on this house or something, I'm going to check into it and see and make sure there's a clear title on it and there's no toxic waste underneath it and it's not part of an HOA or something. And I'm going to go buy it and just sit on it. Not necessarily for anything, but when somebody needs something, like these guys, if they get them a camper van or something like that built and they want to swing back through, go park your place up there. It's not far away. Hey, Fishes and Loaves, how are you? So it's one of those things you have to have yourself set to where you can go. And sometimes it's little bites to get there. So you might start off on an acre, a piece of property, or a half acre piece of property, but with it being debt free, as you develop it and get it made and get there and you're led to do the things you want and you learn the skills that you need to learn, then you can sell it and move up. Maybe you can buy 2 or 3 acres from the profit that you made off of getting a home set and built. But you got to remember to do it the correct way. So you get that done and you go live there for 3 or 4 years and you develop that homestead and you get it bigger, you get bigger animals, you get more animals, you do the such and such, you get it built, you sell it, you make a little bit of profit and you buy 5 acres. And maybe you do that 2 or 3 times until you end up where you need to be. But the key is to do it debt free while you're taking those.
Yes.
So you can get it and do it. That interesting was crazy here last week. Okay, that's not for me. So I want you guys to do that. Check your Craigslist, check your Craigslist, check your Craigslist, check your Craigslist, check those things and make sure where you need to go and see where we're at. So we got 25 on, 24 thumbs up. So thank you very much for doing that. Now we got 24 and 24. So it's very even. We have been there. We have been trying to get some stuff done. I did get to hunt 2 days this week. Let's see. Silver to gold is 40-1. Silver for basic transaction, gold for major ones. What did Mim say about silver and gold? Freaky mine is due the super rural area. Only one provider. Okay, I don't know. All right, we were talking about silver and gold. Yeah, I suggest that everybody, if you're trying to put back silver and gold, and this is just a different offshoot, you know how I do, guys. When you guys are looking to buy silver and gold, I suggest you buy junk silver And once you get to $100 face value, so $100 worth of actual money, that's not the value of it. Face value is like if I got a dollar bill, it's a dollar bill. So if you buy a dime, you need 10 dimes to make a dollar. When you get $100 worth of silver dimes in face value, then start buying fractional gold. Francs, gold francs, things of that nature. And they're actually a little too big, but they're easy to break up. And I like junk because people know what U.S. coinage is, and they know what old coins are. Gold, I'll buy by the gram. I'll buy 1 gram and 5 gram gold little bars, and they're pretty easy to use because when you have gold, it's breaking it down and getting it done and making sure that you can use it for purchases. Gold, like they were just saying, is going to be something you're going to buy a horse, you're going to buy land, you're going to trade for large amounts of people to come in and do work on a farm if you had to in a long run, something of that nature. My daughter found her dream heirloom 4-poster bed for sale on Craigslist for $50. That's awesome. So when you're looking at that stuff, keep that in mind. Silver first, and then buy gold later. They say if everything goes wacky, that silver is going to go to 400 times face value, and that gold will go to around 200 to 230 times face value. So you actually see that silver is going to increase more in value because there's more uses of it. You can use silver to help purify water and go out. Mims, the rest will change the price drastically. A silver will outperform gold. Yep, that's what I'm just now saying. Blackback Homestead, silver will always outperform gold in the long run because it's more readily tradable. You can use it. That's what I was saying. Okay. I'm in the middle of another conversation. I'm not into buying silver or gold. If I'm investing for the future, I'll buy land. All the gold in the world won't be able to feed you sustainably, but land can. Lapit Manchon, you're correct. But once you have that piece of land, you need to be able to get it worked. You need to be able to work it yourself. And if you're relying on modern day equipment, you're going to have to either have fuel or you're going to have people that'll come in and do it by hand. So once that land, your land should be your first investment. What I'm speaking to is someone that knows that they're not going to have land, so they need to have a hedge that's there, or they already have their land and they're trying to put up and have some stuff on trade.
That's
oh, you posted it?
Yeah.
All right. So just the other life, that's Ivan. He just posted that link for the lot of land in Virginia for $750. So if any of you guys want to check into that, please do. You have to keep paying for it every year. Not my idea of owning something. Same with a car. Yeah, Freaky Geek, I agree. And there has actually been some legislation that's being tried to be passed because it's over a taxation. It's exactly what happened. $750 US is 500,000 Canadian.
That's funny.
That is funny. So anyway, my idea on that little piece of property is if something happened and I bought it, that it can be just someplace for somebody else to be able to go and they're not over using my property. But yeah, silver and gold is a good thing to have on hand. So
please high.
Yeah, 6 figures long. So good to go. Like I said, we're not going to stay super long on here. We're going to go for about another 8 minutes, and then we're going to get off because we have to get up early in the morning. These guys want to get some things done, and then they are getting on the road tomorrow and heading to South Dakota.
Yeah, hope everything works out.
Yep. So
hope the other car holds it.
so here's something. Be on the lookout. If they're going and they're having problems throughout someplace, they'll jump on and probably do a live. Will you guys agree to that? If something happens, they can jump on and do a little bit of a live. And if you're local and around them, maybe you can give them a hand. I just
posted a message.
Yep.
This is our trip. It's basically just Google Maps link.
Yeah.
And if you're anywhere in that area of our travel, you want to see us, make sure you see us, and then there's a email us.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys maybe meet up with them along the way just to say hello if you want to. If they're stopping to get lunch or
we're
take a
open
lunch
for
break
meetups.
or whatever.
Yeah.
They've got about 10 days to make the trip, and they're both cross country truckers, so they could do it in 3 days if they wanted to, hit and hammer it out. So they're gonna just try to relax.
We can do it in 2.
Yeah, you probably could, but that I don't think ULYN wants to do it in 2.
One of us is sleeping, one of us is driving. Then we can do a day and a half.
So they're gonna try to go, and the vehicle might not like you guys as much on that. It is an older vehicle.
It's a 2000,
so
yeah. My trailer is newer than the car, so
yeah. But now they've got a ton of room in the trailer and stuff too.
Because we took the seats out from the minivan and set it to a scrapyard too, because we don't need those seats anymore. So,
everybody's saying God's got your back and safe travels to you
thank
guys.
You.
That's for sure.
So yeah, He does got their back. These guys are going to be fine. These guys are going to be fine in whatever they do, whatever they decide. They've got the right mindset. They're putting themselves in the right position. I'll tell you, in front of these guys, I was leery when they first got here. I didn't know what I knew Ivan. I knew Elena from messaging and talking and meeting the once in Arizona and stuff. But until you get somebody and you're sitting around them, you really don't know. And I truly think I don't know if what is traditional homesteading is in their future. What I do know is that they're going to have a place to have 5,000 kids, because Elena wants 6,000 and Ivan's agreed to 5,000. But they're going to have a beautiful place. It's going to have animals. It's going to have a farm. And this guy's too techie to have it off grid. He's going to have off grid with like a $60,000 solar system and hydroelectric system. So they're going to be pushing out enough things and contacting the space station and having a daily conversation with them and stuff.
Actually, you don't need that much power to talk to a space station. You just need one 50-watt solar panel. I'm serious.
And I'm giving them a hard time. These guys are going to be fine. They're going to make their way. They're going to find their forever home.
Little Homestead, thanks for subscribing to us.
Hey, good to go. Thanks.
Yeah.
Don't forget, guys, too, we're still doing the thing for the Red Platoon guys. We're going to sponsor them for part of their August stuff. Oh, before I left, I forgot to tell these guys, I found this out yesterday. If you were somebody that I sent seeds to, or you're watching this afterward, I did talk to my post guy today, and if you've not received your seeds yet, it could be with the China seed thing. I guess they've confiscated some seeds, and they're not even telling people. They're just taking them and holding them. So I got to figure that out. Ivan, he's number 200.
Yeah.
Yay. So that's what he says. I am Ivan, number 200. So there's been some stuff. Where they headed, Chris? Francine, they are going to actually
Rapid City, South Dakota
is where they're heading, but I think they're going north.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, they're going up. Yeah. They're going north and then head north through Indiana, that area.
So
and then across the top.
I'll tell you.
So they're going to go kind of north and then head out towards.
So we're going to go through Nashville, then up a little bit of tail of Kentucky, southwest. Then we're going to take lower part of Illinois all the way through Missouri. Then we're going to, from Kansas City, we're going to go straight up north all the way through Nebraska and a little bit of Iowa. And then into South Dakota, into Sioux Falls. And then on 90, we're going to take to Rapid City.
So that's where they're going to be. Ivan, if somebody wants to get a hold of you in the mail or drop you a letter or try to help you guys out in any way that they want to, because these guys are awesome and they have taken a year off. So guys, their income and stuff is going to be coming from YouTube. If you're going to get a hold of them, Ivan, can you give them a PO box number or something?
We are PNB.
Okay. So he's going to put you on here as how you can get a hold of them through snail mail. Just some encouraging words if you guys want to. Give them a holler and let them know, and boost them up as much as you can. Don't forget. We're not
coming to Oklahoma yet. We don't have time.
But after this, like a few months later, sure.
We might.
Yeah.
They still got a lot of trip to go through, guys.
We are.
But
sure.
what they got to do is they are going. Oklahoma is one of the places that they've actually talked about. So I know they're coming down there. What's going on, Ethan? What they're planning on doing is getting out there for at least 30 days because they want to do their CCWs and stuff, but they still can't easily. They need to vote and they need to go out there and they have to be there for 30 days before they can take their classes because they've been in and out.
Yeah.
So they have to go back out there.
No, it's just a sheriff's requirement, 30 days.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
So when they get there, they'll get that stuff done. Ethan, we're still waiting for you, buddy. We're still waiting for you. Text me. Let's go. Do they want me to mail them some dehydrated sourdough starter?
You want
To make bread? Sourdough bread?
Yeah.
And it's dehydrated.
Yeah.
So you don't have to keep it fed.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. That would be awesome for them, Bonnie.
I posted my address for me and Juliana.
Yeah, that's where.
Just reformat it to the right.
Hey, North Star Prep there.
But yeah, that's our address there.
Living Miracle Homestead. How are you? There you go, guys. The address for Ivan and Elena is 514 America's Way, PMB 10874, Rapid City, South Dakota 57719.
This thing did a correction for me. It's not Rapid City. It's
not Rapid City.
Elder.
It's Box Elder.
It's close to Rapid City.
He's going to have to re-put that in, so disregard that.
Yeah.
She said, will do. She'll get that out to you.
So here's the actual address. So
the
let me remove the other one so people don't get confused.
There it goes.
Box Elder.
Yeah.
There it is. So it's 514 America's Way, PMB 10874, Box Elder, South Dakota 57719.
Yep. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Check them out. Keep them in your prayers, guys, when they go on their trips. We're praying for each and every one of you guys each and every day.
Yeah.
Go out and vote your heart on the 3rd. Vote the way you need to vote. This country needs us to all stand up and do what we need to do. And remember to be safe. There's stupid stuff going to happen after the 3rd. It doesn't matter which way that it goes. There's stupid stuff that's going to happen. For my Canadian brothers and sisters that are on here right now, guys, it's going to affect you guys. It's going to affect everybody in the world when craziness starts going. So please be prepared yourself. You guys have got some stuff going on there. So what I would like to say in closing, Wood Beast, what's going on? Is that I love each and every one of you. We're going to say prayers for each of you. Say prayers for these guys while they're on their trips. Throw them on your prayer wall. God bless. Live what God gives you. And we're out of here.
Have a good life. Live the other life, not like everyone else.
There you go, guys. We'll see you soon. God bless y'all. Love yous.
Bye.
Okay.